I just have to go with my heart and do what I feel like I have to do for Summer.
Her smile shines as bright as the stars at night. Her heart is as kind as can be. She has the patience of a saint, but if you push her, oh Lordy. A straight talker is Smiley. She's the salt of the earth. Make no mistake, she matters. Catch Smiley's story on a live stream. Oh boy, that girl can matter. Go Smiley. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Missing posters and stories of heartache and fear. She tells us all of the heartbreaking tears. She can sniff out the guilty from a mile away. If Smiley's on the case, then she's here to stay. She cares about these missing children. She cares deeply about them all. She speaks the truth with integrity. For the truth, she will seek it all. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Smiley's questions are like a heat-seeking missile. She's going straight for the bullseye. Don't ever believe you can fool her. She's too wise, man, she won't comply. She values freedom like the 4th of July. She values respect even more. If you want to earn a place at Smiley's table, watch the clock, it takes time for sure. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. If you break her trust, you're done for. Trust don't grow back like grass.
Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for being here, especially after Thanksgiving. I know you're all stuffed, but I hope you're blessed. I hope you were blessed yesterday. I hope you got to eat and get stuff with all the turkey or food, whatever it is that you choose. And I just hope you had a good day, a good holiday. How's everybody doing? We got Kitty in here. Hello, Kitty. Hello, Kitty. So, I won't even answer that dumb question. I don't mean to pick on you, but I am not going to put up with any trolls this morning. I'm not. If you're here for the show, great. Thumbs up. Love you. Kudos. You're welcome. If you're not, bye. How about that? Good morning, Sharon. Hello, Sharon. Hello. And I think, Lou, I answered your question, so I'm not even going to go to that dumb question, in my opinion. But good morning. Thank you for being here. Beth Ann. Hello. Good to see you, Beth Ann. Hello, hello, hello. Lisa Marie. Good morning to you from Oklahoma City. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you very much. Thank you. Be a ladybug. Hey, isn't she a precious baby girl? Y'all put all them purple hearts in there like Be a Ladybug did. I miss seeing all those purple hearts. Hey, Danny Lynn, good to see you. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. Tap dancer, hello. Hello, everybody. I know this breaks my heart, too. It still breaks my heart. I try not to speak on it much, but it breaks my heart. Good morning, beautiful Janice. Hello, hello. I hope you were blessed yesterday and stuffed and all the things. At least we got all that cooking out of the way for a while, huh? Mamaw, hello. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you being here. Mimi Jean, hello. Good to see you, honey. I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving as well. Hello. Suede, hello. Save the children. That's right. Hashtags. Save the children. Save the children. There you go. Put them purple hearts in there. Put them in there. Yada, hello, good morning, hello. Happy to see you this morning. Lisa Marie, hit that like button, y'all, she said. Absolutely, hit that button. Hit it, thumbs up, thumbs down. Just hit it. Don't be lazy this morning. I know y'all had a lot of food yesterday. I was ready to go to sleep after some sugar crashes, but look, y'all need to be woke up now. Wake up. Time to wake up. It's a whole different day today. It's a new day. Get woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. Thank you for the purple hearts. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. She is so pretty, isn't she? She is. I love all of her pictures. I love going back looking at her photos. She was a beautiful little girl. You know, just beautiful. Had a smile that lit up the whole place. So pretty. Loved to play with her brothers. All of the things. I know, Janice, me too, still stuffed. And stupid me got up this morning and had a bite of my pie again. I'm like, why'd I do that? But I'll have a sugar rush today. I will have this sugar rush, honey. It's all good. I want this sugar rush, honey. I hit my button. What in the world? We ain't gonna do that. Hit my button, so we ain't gonna have no echoes here. Good. I think I got it. I think I do. I think I can. Yeah, those of you that don't know and saying, why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? As you can see, Smiley don't even know how to hit a damn button correctly, okay? So it's not important. What is important here is that we talk about Summer Moon Utah Wells, at least for a few minutes. I don't talk about her much anymore. There's not been much to talk about. It just turned into a lot of drama and craziness. But there has been some new things come out. I've been watching, I've been listening, you know, and even though some of that even wants to turn into drama, hey, it is what it is. But I still want to talk about her. This is her flyer up here, and I have it in both places. Hey, Terry, good morning, and Gypsy, good morning. I have it in both places. I have I don't even know how many hundreds of, maybe thousands of these flyers out, send them to people. Y'all can go online and get them. You can print them out. You can send them, go to the TBI website, FBI. She's in her little red dress on the FBI, all the things. But Summer Moon Utah Wells, to me, she was still a baby. She was still a baby. And that's to me, she had these bright, as you can see, big, bright blue eyes and blonde hair. And the smile, I know it lit up that whole holler. Good morning, Millie. Good morning. I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving too, honey. And she could light up anywhere she went. There's no doubt about it. She was a child that should be here right now. She should be here, and she should have just had turkey or even bologna or whatever it was or is that they have for their Thanksgiving. But she is a little girl who should have been in school by now and should have been having all the fun things going on around the holidays. She's a child who should be getting ready for Christmas. Christmas is right around the corner. She should be running around that yard, that huge yard with all of those acres, playing with her toys and running after her brothers. She tried her best to keep up with them. She tried. And she should be living a full life, right? With laughter and with happiness. But she's not. She's not. And it's sad. There's been so many lies and twists and turns in the story. So many things going on. It's just sad. A lot of you know, came here on YouTube because of her, because of Summer Moon Utah Wells. And I stayed because of her, even though I went to different cases, finally. And this, to this day, it still hurts my heart, and I refuse to ever forget about her. I will never forget about her. I refuse to ever give up on her. I haven't. I seen the new things that come out, and I would just sit back and I would watch and I would listen. Sometimes that's the best thing to do. Because for a long time, there was nothing. These streets really got bad, especially on this case, when everything was a joke. Everything was a joke. It was tough. It was even tough. It's tough now. As you see, you can't do a live without people coming in. First thing before you even hit the live button to go live, saying bullshit, in my opinion. But that's okay. I've had better try to stop me. It'll never work. I know me, I know my heart, and I know who I am. And that's all that matters. You don't need to know. But summer was a tough one for me. She was tough. It was tough. It still is tough. And I didn't take one red cent, not even a broken piece of a penny on this case. Never. I covered it until there was no more to cover. I always felt, and I still feel, like Summer deserves so much more, so much grace, so much dignity. She needs answers. Her brothers need answers. Hey, that girl, good to see you. And when they pop up and they say they have a tip, and it seems to be a serious tip, I'm going to sit up and take notice. We all that care sit up and take notice. Well, there's a few that just want content, but I'm just saying. But we take this seriously because this is a serious case. This was serious for all of us that ever wanted Summer found and still want Summer found. So there was a tip. There was a tip a few weeks ago, and they've been talking, and I've been listening. I do feel that there is hope now, more hope than there was 3, 4, 5 months ago. I do feel hope that maybe something to this tip is true. Maybe something's got the ball rolling. I don't know. Of course, I've been wrong before. We all know that. I know that. I take accountability for that. And oh, y'all are so quick to point that out. So I wanted to speak on her. You know, I really hope she's found. I really hope this new tip leads somewhere. And I hope my words always that she gets the grace and dignity she so deserves. Nobody deserves this. Nobody deserves what she ever went through or is going through. For anyone out there who doesn't know the reason for my passion and my advocacy, I can't even say it right this morning, advocating for her, you know, and staying up late nights, sometimes all night, and researching and praying for Summer, or why I started this journey. Well, when she went missing on June 15th, on my birthday, as I sat in the hospital with my mom in a huge surgery, this is where it all began. I wanted to take my mind off things. I wanted to help. Little did I know it would turn into a 3, 4, 5 ring circus, but it did. But I didn't care, and I don't care now. All I care is what's important and that she's found, and hopefully these tips will lead to something. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care about how much time's passed or how many trolls I get. I don't care about all that. I don't care what people try to do or what they say. It don't matter to me. I'm not here for the drama. I'm here for Summer. Will I speak on her all the time now just because this tip come out? No, I'm not going to. I learned a lot in this case. A lot. And sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to learn. And I've made a lot of mistakes, and you have to make mistakes. But it does not change the fact of how I feel, and it does not change the fact she's still missing. And it does not change the fact I pray to God every single day, talking about her or not, that she is found. I was here from day one. And I too had given up hope of her ever being found or the police ever caring. I did. I still question some of the police there. No doubt. I don't backtrack on that one bit. I think if things were handled differently, we would have been in a different situation today. So I'll never regret or never take any of that back. Those are things I don't regret. But I can see how she can be found after all this time. There's been many that's been found years and years later. And every time that I called TBI and I put it on here to show y'all, when people were saying, it's a cold case, they're not looking for Summer, Smiley, call me talking in third part. I don't give a damn what you call me. Nobody else did what Smiley did. But when Smiley would come on here and I would put on here from the TBI's mouth, it's not a cold case, you didn't want to listen. You just didn't. But it's been shown many times. It's not cold. They're taking in every lead and they're taking in every tip. And this one seems to be serious. I talked with Becky at the DA's office 3 times and it was recorded. Woo-wee. Maybe I might have to give y'all a little reminder of those phone calls. I don't know. Don't care. But she was at the time DA Armstrong, Dan Armstrong's very close secretary that had been working for him 38 years. She knew things. You better believe that. And if you go back and listen, there was things she said. Now, me looking back now makes me think they never stopped looking for Summer, but they were waiting and are waiting to find Summer's body, a body, in my opinion. Sometimes you have to go back. Sometimes you have to listen. Just like she said, we had an argument on the phone. Who do you want me to arrest? There is no body. We can't just do that. Yes, you can. First of all, yes, you can. However, I played dumb at the time so I could get my ducks in a row. And I went back and got all cases besides Janet Marsh right there in Tennessee. Everybody knows Janet Marsh. So I could call her again and let her know, you do know, by the way, this one didn't have a body. That one didn't have a body. And in other words, what is the holdup? You know she knew the law. You know that. But I think they're big, especially there on a no body case, a no body, no case, and they want a body. You know, they want direct evidence because they don't want to mess this up, no matter who's responsible. So in the meantime, they never gave up. They just did it quietly, in my opinion, if you think about it. Because look now, when nobody's thinking about it or suspecting anything, here comes this tip and causes this uproar, right? So it must be serious. Will it lead to anything? I don't know. I don't know. But every time that I called, I know that they said it was not a cold case. Even when you had Jennifer Coffendorfer over there saying, this is a cold case, and all the other creators. And I'm not saying anything. I'm not bashing her at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you have retired FBI. You have people that say it was a cold case when TBI, and I put out on recorded saying it is not a cold case. So they have not given up on Summer. Maybe they just wanted people to feel comfortable. I don't know. Welcome in, everybody. Good morning. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here very much. But I know one thing. A missing child does not just get forgotten. Thank you for those purple hearts. I love those purple hearts. And a missing child does not just get replaced. It can't. A missing child deserves our voices, our strength, and our hope. And that is every single day. And we have to carry hope no matter how long it takes that she's found, and others. And more than anything in this entire world, more than views, more than growing my channel, more than money, more than rumors, anything you want to say, I personally want Summer Moon Utah Wells found. I had said at one time in my life, if I knew where Summer was, I would go grab her by the hand myself and deliver her. And I meant that. Or if somebody called and wanted to meet me instead of Law and give me her, I would go right then and there and get Summer. No questions asked. And I meant that. And you don't think I got the balls to do that? You got me fucked up. More than anything, I want Summer found. I want answers, and I want justice. And I want peace for this little girl, Summer Moon Utah Wells. And I want peace for her brothers. Because even though they're no longer in the home, they're going to always know. If they don't know already, they want to know they loved their sister. So many people out here want the same thing. And that's the key. Someone knows. Someone knows. My eyes have never been taken off of 110. And I'll be perfectly honest with you. Does that mean somebody came up there and got her? I don't think so. But could they? Or could it be because what Don said, Candace's bad friends, bad choices? Let me tell you something else. Y'all forget about Grandis. You think she's this little, sweet, old, senile lady. Don't be surprised if she is the one who did this whole thing, in my opinion, which I am entitled to my opinion. Let's not forget, she already has one child missing. She's always there when something or someone goes missing. I'll never forget about Grandis. I never will. I never have. Everyone thought I was crazy. That poor woman. Bull crap. She's not a poor little lady. Oh, she may be now. She may be down and out somewhere now. She's old, that's for sure. And stuff catches up to you, that's for sure. But not only did her daughter go missing, Grandis was not very good to Candace either. She was not a good person. Hell, she thought she could screw all them young men too. Just saying. Don't forget about that. But for whatever reason, Grandis did or did not do. One thing we know for sure, she was piled up on Candace and Dawn at 110, living the dream, except I'm sure them kids got on her nerves, right? She always wanted to blame the kids. The boys are mean, the boys are kicked, the boys are this, the boys are that. Well, guess what? When BK went up there to hear it told, and the truth is the truth, allegedly, Grandis was never even supposed to be around any of those kids. So much so you're not supposed to be around your grandkids that when they're in CPS and mother is having a conversation on a computer, Grandis can't even be in the same room. Think about that. Have y'all did FaceTime before? Have you did anything before? But somebody can't even be in the same room. What? Hello, Chuchi. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. So I think that's weird and strange in itself, all in itself. Don't forget, Candace was on Daisy's, and don't forget, Grandis couldn't even wait. I would die. Couldn't even wait till she got off the phone to scream and yell bloody murder, whatever she was yelling at Candace at that time. What? Y'all's family is in this whole drama, got a whole missing kid missing, and you can't even wait till your daughter gets off the phone knowing that she's live on a YouTube channel? Shame on you. Shame on you. I hadn't forgot about her. Hadn't forgot about her at all. So she's not this little old lady that's so sweet and neat. Candace, 110, Grandma, everybody there, the brothers, I don't believe what they're trying to say happened on Summer. There's no way. It was crazy. It was a crazy show. But I welcome everyone that's coming in. Thank you so much for putting purple hearts up. Thank you. Summer loved purple. According to what we know, purple was her favorite color. So I hope you got your hearts out. I hope you got your praying hands, because this live I'm doing is for Summer Moon Utah Wells. I pray that one day she'll be finally found. She'll be brought home, and she'll get that grace, and she'll get that dignity. Summer's age, her smile, the way she played and ran. She ran after them boys on their motorbike. She tried to be like them. She was innocent. She loved her swing. That child deserved safety and deserved love. She's a beautiful child. Look at her. Go look at all of her pictures. Blonde hair, blue eyes. And her brothers loved her so much. They would run and play with her. They would do everything. She would do everything that they did, or she would try to. One minute they're calling her a little tomboy. The next minute they're calling her a princess. I think she was both. You know, she loved church. She loved Robin, her Sunday school teacher. And you would always see Robin holding her. And Robin had this long blonde hair. And Summer would always play with her hair. Dawn even said one time that she liked beautiful things. She liked beautiful people. And she would always play with Robin's hair. You know. So it's made me wonder. It made me wonder at one point, and I did do a whole live on it, but it made me wonder way back then. At first, everybody was saying, well, it's because she had this in her hair. They had to shave her hair off. It was because Mom said she wanted to be like her, so she cut her hair off. Well, I don't know. I wondered at one time, and it made me wonder if people stop and think, at one point, why did they shave it down to her skin and make her a skinhead little girl? It made me wonder so much so, and I still think about that to this day. Did they do it because at first they wanted people to think she has cancer, she's not well? Was that a scam? Was that something, a ploy? And then maybe plan A went out the window. I thought that before. And again, I even did a live on it. And I've had many people come tell me privately and in emails, Smiley, we thought the same thing. We just, here in the hollow, we thought it when we saw it. But we didn't say anything. Nobody said it out loud. Well, could have been a plan. Could have been. I don't know. She did look sickly, especially right there on the end. Why? And maybe they just went to plan B instead. Again, I was not the only one thinking that. When she went missing on June 15th, on my birthday, 2021, Hawkins County, Rogersville, they reported her missing from her family home. They put out the Amber Alert. The law enforcement, everybody, the TBI, FBI, Hawkins County, Sullivan's County, everybody, look for her. There was a massive search, planes. Hell, I think even at one time they were complaining about the helicopters being over their house. But there was no summer. No summer. She was gone, just gone. That's what Candace always said. She was just gone. There was cadaver dogs. There was ground searches. You know, there was no confirmed sightings whatsoever. Some thought, and some still do, that maybe an animal got a hold of her. I thought that was the stupidest thing I ever heard, even though where they live at, in my opinion. I've been there. I have family not too far from there. I've said it before. And I'm not talking about in Nashville. I'm talking about up in there. And I know all about them hollers. And I know about all them animals. And I know about all of them things. Okay? But to me, it was not jiving. So I did a deep dive on it. You know, back, we're talking 4 years. I did a deep dive. And I did a whole live as to what would happen, unfortunately, if an animal got her. But why that an animal did not get her and not leave a trace. I don't believe that happened. I will never believe that happened. Not to this day. I did extensive research on that, and I don't believe it. Trust me, the law would have known. They would have found something. Okay. So what happened between the last time they called 911 and reported Summer missing? And why no major pleas or anything like that? There was no major pleas. Candace sent a note out with the news lady. Oh, and that's where Grandma talked, and she really got the script screwed up, right? Why they didn't do more, I don't know. But there's never been a person of interest publicly named in this case. You know, we had a red truck. We had that with what the neighbor says she saw and all that. In this new, it's kind of funny, in this new tip, there's a red truck sitting up there. But is it the same? I don't know. I won't put that on anybody. I don't know. For years, people searched long and hard and come up with everything. And the community's heart is still breaking. And they all still want to know, and they still want to know what happened to her, where she's at, and they want answers. But hope still remains. And I want her found. Everyone wants her found. Everyone wants answers. Everyone knows she deserves to be found. There's been cases that took years, decades, 30, 40, 50 years. But the truth has come out. And I think, and I have hope that the truth will come out here too. There's been cases that have been solved after decades, y'all. Think about that. Every day, you know, with the technology we're getting, they go back with their DNA and all the new machines and all the new things that they get in 2 or 3, 4 years. There's no telling what they will have that they didn't have today. You know, people talk. Some people might talk on their deathbed. Some people might take it with them. Some people might have told somebody and somebody else and somebody else. In this case, I believe little bits and pieces have been told to different people. But people talk. And in those places where she's from, they whisper. And people hear those whispers. Someone always knows something. They might be in denial, but they know. People still have hope. So, what's this new tip? What's this new tip where investigators were sent? I know, Kelly. According to the recent reports, agents, TBI, all them, detectives, all of them, everybody, they followed up on a tip they got around November 14th or 13th or 14th of this year. And it was in the 3500 block of Van Hill Road. That's considered Greenville. That location's about 9.8 miles or 10 miles, maybe 10 miles from Summer's home, where she grew up, lived, played on that hill, played with all of her puppies because she loved puppies, especially her Lucky. But it was about 10, let's just say 10 miles, a little under 10 miles away. And that was one of the last updates that we got. But the authorities could not confirm whether they found anything in that location. And to be honest with you, nor should they. Let me get something straight with these YouTubers out here. Especially those on Summerwell or Sebastian Rogers. They don't owe you nothing. Not the police and not the family. Now, before I get sidetracked, let me back up to Summer. If you know, you know. But the last update on Summer did not confirm what they found and if they found anything. Right? So as of the last update, we're going to watch that. They told about their investigation, but they didn't give any clues. A lot of people, where it's at, Fred's this, Fred's that. I don't know, y'all. But they know. The law knows. The public details have not yet come out, not by the law enforcement. Everybody on here can speculate. Everybody can say what they want. Whether it involved a person or this person or that person or a piece of property or a specific lead. But until law enforcement comes out and says or makes arrest, we shouldn't go by it. No one's been named a person of interest. Now, the only person in this case that I have heard, to be fair and honest, come out of law enforcement's mouth on their own, come out, bluntly speak it on the phone, whether they were irritated or not, said it out of his mouth, was Detective Pruitt said Jody Sue Brown was not a suspect. Benny Keys has that. He was on the phone with them. Whether they were getting irritated with Benny, I don't know. But Jody Sue Brown has been the only one. Now, I know that things are coming out. Look, I've talked to Fred. I know a lot of things. He said, I'm not pointing fingers at Fred. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. But I know that I had people come to me, Smiley, can you send me a copy of or the email address to Hawkins County, because we want to compare to this that they got, because they're saying that Fred's clear. And I did. I obliged. I'm not saying anything against Fred, but until law enforcement comes out and says, I don't think they've cleared anybody, honestly, except Jody Sue. It came out of their mouth verbally. Now, if it's in a text message or an email, whether it's the right email or a fake one, I'm not saying it was. What I'm saying is, until they come out and say, this person's not of interest, this person's not of interest, same thing. Nobody's been cleared here that I've heard except Jody Sue Brown. But everyone's talking about this. And look, I'm not looking at nobody but 110. Excuse me, I'm just telling you. But I'm not the one that anybody needs to worry about. Not Grandis, not Candace, not 110, not the dogs up there, not the coyotes. Y'all don't have to worry about Smiley. What y'all got to worry about is the truth, and you know the truth. And the cops is the one y'all have to worry about. Everyone is talking about this, right? TBI, they're cooperating with Hawkins County. They're investigating. It's obvious it's active. And that means following up on every lead, just like they told me, no matter how small, they are following up on everything. Possibly doing searches as we speak, and we may not even know it. They're doing the interviews. They're still taking tips. And again, they recently issued this age progressed photo of Summer not too long ago, just in case. I still encourage you to pass around the flyers. I do. But I don't know. Somebody knows something, and it's deeper than this. It shows that this remains active, and it's not a cold case. And we've still heard them, like when they went up there and stuff, and we've heard them say, keep submitting tips. So we don't know what they found. They've not released what they found. Again, nor should they, because if anything ever comes out of this case needs to be protected. And if there was any foul play, she needs justice. But right now, that will fall into place. She needs her grace, and she needs her dignity. Alive, unalive, whichever way you want to look at it. This is a little girl. She should have never been just gone. They've not stated whether a follow-up was, going to happen. I don't know. I'm sure they will. They didn't tell us if there was any physical evidence or any witnesses, and they didn't tell us who did the tips. Everybody's guessing. And that's normal. It's fine. I don't like seeing everybody out here argue over it, because the truth is going to come out. The main thing is this investigation remains open to this day. So on November 13th, 2025, just a little bit ago, few weeks, few days, whatever, TBI agents, local detectives, that would be Hawkins County, they went to the 3500 block of Van Hill Road and they did a search. They got a reliable tip. But they don't owe it to anybody to tell what they found or what they got. And you can guess all you want. But be very careful who you put in danger. I know we talk about danger in other cases. Well, so many people's wound up dead in this case, just connected to it. I'd call that dangerous, regardless if it was ODs or who or what. I have never in my life. So don't put anybody in danger. Hey, Kimberly, Liberty, everybody coming in. I see you. Hello. Thank you for being here. It just means respect the, news, respect the law enforcement, respect everybody that is trying to help on this case. It'll come out. It'll come out. They have not said what they found or who, right? Because there's nothing to say right now except that there was this search on Van Hill. Dawn did go that way every day though, right? Just saying. It just shows this case has been ongoing. Let's watch a couple of these videos. Sit tight. Thank you.
Cozy up to the goodness of the new grilled cheese bacon burger. Angus beef, bacon, and Swiss and American cheese melting on our soft buttery sourdough. And our new grilled cheese breakfast sandwich with sausage or bacon and a fried egg. Only at Hardee's.
The TBI confirming the Summer Wells case is far from cold. They say they followed up on a lead at a home on Van Hill Road in Greenville last week. That's about 10 miles from where Summer went missing. Officials didn't say if anything came out of that lead. It's been 4 years since the 5-year-old disappeared from her Hawkins County home. If you know anything that could lead to answers, call 1-800-TBI-FIND.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep your operation running. That's why at Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And today, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation released an updated photo of Summer Wells. Take a look. This is the new age progression photo, side by side with the original photo. Summer disappeared in 2021 from her Hawkins County home. She was just 5 at the time. She would be 9 years old now. A Tennessee Amber Alert is still active for her. The TBI says they continue to follow up any and all leads in the case. If you know anything, call 1-800-TBI-FIND.
So definitely, if you know anything, call, because they're still, they're still looking. I got another one for the updated one here. Let me get that out of the way. Okay. Hold on.
My knee, I have a knee replacement. Candace and I got up that morning. She come out and took me into the ER because my leg was messing up on me. And we were afraid something was wrong with my knee. I have a knee replacement. And she was worried that there was something wrong with it. And she took me into the hospital. And I ended up getting a shot for it to get rid of the pain. And they prescribed me medication to take to get the swelling down out of my knee and around my knee because it was inflamed. And then we waited around for my prescription. Summer went swimming that day at the horse stables, I believe it was. And then we come back in,
I believe it
my
was.
camper, and after we brought my groceries in for me, and the boys helped with that, and of course Summer. And I laid down and went to sleep, and I got up and I was sitting in my doorway, and we come out, and Candace asked me what I was doing. I said, well, we got to transplant these little cactuses into bigger pots. And we did that, and then Summer come in and had a piece of peppermint, which is her favorite, and then she went in. She said, Mama, I want to go play with the boys. Candy walked her back to the house, and she asked the boys to keep an eye on her, and that's the last time I seen her.
Tell me, when you first realized that Summer was missing, what was going through your mind, and what was it like here?
To be blunt, it was hell. I mean, and I apologize, I'm blunt. As everybody knows, I have a missing daughter. She's been gone for 12 years.
It was so much hell while the YouTubers or the psychics or everybody was down at the end of Ben Hill Road. Her and Candace was up there playing Monopoly. It was so much hell on her. She was laughing and giggling. It was so much hell on her. She even hit the visitor guys, the young male, on the buttocks, the booty. It was so much hell for her. It was hell for her. All of it was hell for her. She screwed up in this interview, in my opinion. She couldn't keep with the script. It was so much hell for her. So much hell. Yeah. Okay.
And I couldn't do nothing but cry. And we yelled for her, and we yelled for her, and yelled for her. And we could not find her. Candy was in hysterics. And we never did find her. She called 911, and she called Donnie, and we sent the boys down over the hill, and I stood in front of over by the edge there and watched them. And was praying to God every minute that nobody would take them. And there was no sign of her.
Do you believe that someone took Summer, or do you believe that she wandered off? What do you believe happened?
I believe somebody took her. I know people say it doesn't happen, but it does happen. It happens in small towns. It happens in big towns. It happens in the country. And I believe somebody took her.
Oh, it happens. It happens. No doubt it happens. It does happen everywhere. And it could be you. It could be me. It could be mine. It happens. But I don't think it happened that day. That's just me. Tall tales she had, even about her own daughter, but we won't go there because I'm not doing that today.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep your operation running. That's why at Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The TBI confirming the Summer Wells case is far from cold. They say they followed up on a lead at a home on Van Hill Road in Greenville last week. That's about 10 miles from where Summer went missing. Officials didn't say if anything came out of that lead. It's been 4 years since the 5-year-old disappeared from her Hawkins County home. If you know anything that could lead to answers, call 1-800-TBI-FIND.
And that was, excuse me, that was put out November 18th. Let's see. I believe she knew exactly what happened. I do too. Yeah, she ain't grandma of the year. Just saying. She ain't grandma or mom of the lifetime, in my opinion. But again, that's my opinion, right? That is definitely my opinion. Excuse me. I'm getting choked here. So when they put out that on November 13th that they went there and all that, they didn't give any information, nor should they again. Summer Moon Utah Wells, she was 5 years old at the time. She was just a little girl. She was a little girl. She loved her brothers. She loved that country that her Grandis was talking about. I bet she loved that peppermint candy too, but I bet no peppermint candy come from Grandma that day. That's my opinion. That is my opinion. She was a little girl. She blue eyes, blonde hair, you know, that smile. So this child, Summer Moon Utah Wells, again, she's the reason that I even clicked on to this live, even clicked on to this YouTube, you know, and more than anything in this world, I really want her found. And I know you do too. She was just a baby girl, a baby, a daughter, a granddaughter, a sister. This little girl loved to run and play and be with her puppies. She loved puppies. This was not a teenager, and it was not an adult, and it was not anybody who did anything wrong. She did not do anything wrong, and she didn't deserve this. You know, she was 5. She was so innocent. And on June 15th, 2021, she vanished. She just got gone. She's never been seen again. And as her mother stated, again, she just got gone. On Tuesday, June 15th, 2021, in Rogersville, Tennessee, on Ben Hill Road. That was not a normal day. Candace said in an interview, it was just a normal day. No, that was not a normal day. Was it planned? I don't know. But contrary to what they say or what they will tell you, it was a strange day. Summer was reportedly with her mother, Candace, and her grandmother. And Candace had took her mom to the, hospital. You heard Granda said she got a shot to get out of pain. And I bet that's why she went to the doctor. But anyway, that's not important. They went to a doctor's appointment for the grandmother, and after the appointment, they returned home. Well, there was some stuff in between, but in short, they returned home. I call it BS. Summer and her mother, Grandis, and a teenage friend allegedly went to the swimming hole. But again, there's messages back and forth that Grandis was never there, that Grandis stayed with Allie. Justin's got those. I got them. I got a copy of it. I remember when Bullhorn Betty and JLR and Molly and whoever else went and talked to Allie. She was certain, and that was their friend, certain she was unalive, certain that mom and dad both had done things, terrible things to her. We don't know. Allie's no longer alive. Rest her soul. But I believe that was a made-up lie that Grandis was at the water hole. I believe that was made up. Then Grandis screwed up to me in this interview right here. That's, I think, on this script, when she screwed up, this is when all hell broke loose on YouTube. Everybody knew it was a lie and what a liar she was. What, you live there, but you can't think, you can't even know if you went to the water hole, if you didn't, if you don't. What kind of damn shot was that, man? Just saying. She didn't even know what to say. She kept looking down. There was all signs, body language, and in her voice, she was lying, in my opinion. But then later that afternoon, she felt so good, she just thought she would plant flowers, right? That damn bucket of cactuses we saw that looked like it had weeds growing out. What, you didn't pull the weeds out that when Chris went there? I mean, are you kidding? That those weren't just planted. But anyway, she got a wild hair up her butt. She said they wanted to plant flowers, or she wanted to plant flowers. And Candace helped, and so did Summer, because remember though, Summer had all of her toys she loved, all of them that she loved playing upstairs. She was not downstairs. She was upstairs playing with all of her toys when Candace said, Summer, do you want to go help Grandma plant the flowers? And Summer jumped up with joy and said, yes, honey. Allegedly. Then it was reported Candace said Summer wanted to go back in and play with her brothers. So Candace walks her over. That'd be like me walking from my driveway over to my front porch. Walked her into the house. They was never worried about her being out there playing before, on her swing by herself, going to the road, running around. They wasn't scared she'd go to the creek by herself. But that day, Candace had this epiphany. I'm gonna joyfully walk you right into this house. I'm gonna walk her up to the door, and I'm just gonna yell through there, boys, hey boys, watch your sister. Right? And then she was gone just a few more minutes, and she decided she was going to go in, and she said, what? Boys, where's Summer? She went downstairs in the basement to play with her toys. Wait a minute, y'all. Did you not just hear me say she had all of her toys she loved upstairs before she allegedly went outside to help plant flowers? So why would she need to even go downstairs and play with her toys? Make it make sense. And then Candace yelled, you got to pull from this bar area the doors. My God, I never seen that. That looked like a hostage chamber in itself. Pull it back. Summer. Summer didn't answer. Did she really do that? Or was that for the boys' benefit? Or was that just part of the script? I don't know. But Summer never came. I guess her toys she loved to play with was all still sitting up front at the front. But Candace decides to go down there and look, and guess what? Summer's gone. She's just gone. She's just gone. When they didn't show their face for several days, they did a news interview, her and Don. Don said he would see her in the resurrection. He done gave up on her in a few days. Had his arm all around Candace. Candace started talking about her sister when she was asked. Oh, shh. Your mother's watching. Your mother's watching. Look, why would Summer go downstairs to play with her toys when all of her toys was upstairs before she allegedly went to plant flowers? And again, I don't believe the plant flowers BS. Make it make sense. When Candace went in and said she couldn't find her and all that rigmarole, the police was finally called. And Summer was reported missing, just gone. Just gone from her home because somebody decided that day, June 15th, they were going to come up there. I've always called that BS. I don't care who went and carried bags of bullshit down. I've always called it bullshit. You would not, in your right mind, criminal, no criminal, kidnapper, child predator, in your right mind, go down that road without anybody knowing. In that yard, way up on the hill, with at least that we know 5 people home that day, and all of these cars in the driveway, broken or not broken, because if you're a criminal, you don't know any of that. Not knowing if they knew him, if Don was home, because that day Don just happened to take the new car and leave his truck there. And regardless of what they say, all of them dogs. Now, they did say all the dogs got their little Hawaii shirts on, got their little luggage, little dog bones, biscuits, if they had any. If not, they probably dragged possums. I don't know. And they all went down the road together and waited on a dog train. Again, I call bullshit. So that's why they say they didn't hear or was alerted. Summer was reported missing from her home. They said she was seen outside near her home wearing a gray tank top, pink shorts, and going barefoot. But don't forget, before all of that, Candace called Robin. Robin didn't answer because Robin was engaged with other things. And then they call David Dotson from the church. You know, I know they went to church, and I know Don was big in the church, but you can see Candace didn't give two flips about the church. She didn't give two flips about their message. She would fall asleep in there, and she just didn't give a damn. She needed the Lord, though. She still does, in my opinion. But they called somebody from the church. Then, when police came, Hawkins County Sheriff, TBI, Don said it was all bottlenecked through there, right? Couldn't get in, couldn't get out. And then there was a statewide Amber Alert. It was issued. There was canines, helicopters, drones, divers. You know, there was hundreds of personnel there. People came in from all over. Everybody wanted to help find this little girl. Blonde hair, blue eyes. My God, where did she go? What happened to her? And let's definitely find her before any animals or before somebody does pick her up if she wandered off. She didn't wander off. Candace and Don and those kids and Grandis lived on top of that hill. You couldn't even see that house in the summertime for all the bush and trees and all that. You can't see it. Nobody in their right freaking mind is going to go up there. And even if they did, they going to stop when they start seeing shit. And let's not forget when Don did that video, for whatever purpose he did it, I think it was Dale Terry's granddaughter on the swing, which I would have had a fit if somebody got on my kid's swing that was missing that she loved so much. But anyway, that's just the selfishness in me because I can get selfish. But Candace in the house just lollygagging it up, doing whatever she's doing, allowing that, not hurt over it or anything. Don was filming, and every step he took, you could hear every step. I've asked y'all before, and I've done it on my channel, and I'm asking you again, go find that video. Turn it on, play it, even when there's no words. Close your eyes. Don't have any distractions and listen. And what else do you also hear? You also hear a car coming down the road way before it even gets there. Stop it. Stop it with the nonsense. No way, in my opinion, anybody would have did that to come up there and get Summer. Plus, how would they know Summer was in the basement? How would they know she wasn't still upstairs playing with all those toys? How did they know that? I call bullshit. Again, there was a ton of dogs. I don't care how many vacations they went on. They could have went around the world. But I'm just saying. I don't believe it. And honestly, as bad as I can't stand Shoe Shine Man, and if you know, you know, I honestly think he believes it, and every one of them police believes it. that it didn't happen like that. And also, maybe when Shoeshine did take Candace that bottle of whiskey, and they were so grateful for it, to calm her nerves. Maybe, just maybe, that was a strategy of his, and he did that to get her drunk and hope he could get friendly with her and she would answer more questions to him or others better, but that didn't happen. Again, they have not verified what happened the moments before she disappeared. They haven't named a suspect of anything of interest. And we've had no confirmed sightings. In my opinion, it's sad, and as sad as it is, though, I think she's gone. I didn't want to give up on that for a long, long time, but I think she's gone. I hope she's alive. I would never wish nothing bad on her. I have heard a creator say, she's better off dead. I hope she's dead. Bitch. But I hope she's found. I hope she's alive, because we don't ever have to worry about her going back home. Right? She deserves grace. She deserves dignity. She deserves to be found in a hurry and properly taken care of in the right way, whether she's alive or she's not. And her brothers, it don't matter if they're adopted out, it don't matter where they're at, her brothers deserve closure. Her brothers deserve to understand and get answers of what happened to their little sweet sister, Summer Moon Utah Wells, that they love and still love so very much. They say on June 15th through June 30th, 2021, they searched over 1,000 acres. They say there was 120 agencies involved. Canines, all the things. But no trace, nada, nothing of Summer was found. No items, nothing. At least nothing publicly that they've said. They say that the sheriff called the most extensive search in Hawkins County, Rogersville, Tennessee, in that history. I believe it. They're not used to stuff like that. They're not used to stuff, and they're way different than Sumner County. They are downright country. But nothing led to Summer. Do you know what happened to Summer? Because if you do, you need to speak. The truth will come out, and they're still on it. Hey, the real me. Real ICU. Sorry, I was reading it backwards. The real ICU. Hello, honey. There's been no evidence she wandered off. There's been a lot of scenarios. But again, they come out with this, that they are investigating just a few weeks ago, and doing a follow-up tip, and did a follow-up tip to Van Hill Road, right? So hopefully some more will come out of this. I think the answers will come. I think they're coming slowly. Oh my God, so slow. But I think they'll come. But let me say this clearly. I want to say it clearly from my heart. I want to say it clearly. Summer did not choose to disappear. Summer did not run away. She didn't climb a mountain somewhere and vanish. Okay? Somebody knows something. Somebody knows factually something. Somebody saw something. I believe that. And somebody heard something. Okay? I always believe if Jody Sue heard that scream, I think it was a scream Candace did, or Grandis, or somebody did something to her, or something could have been an accident. I don't know, but if an accident, why hide her? But I do believe that scream. But until the truth comes out, we don't stop passing out her flyers. We don't stop listening or giving tips. You know, it's important, and it's so important that she's found. More important, it is so important that we never, ever, ever give up hope. Right? Never give up hope that Summer's going to be found. If you're watching this and you know anything, you know to call 1-800-TBI-FIND. You know to call Hawkins County Sheriff. You know to call FBI. You know the right things to do, even if it feels small. Even if you think it don't matter, even if you're scared, get over it. Do it for Summer. Do it for this little girl on my screen, Summer Moon Utah Wells, who should have been here getting ready for Christmas. Do it for a baby, a little girl who deserves to be found. Do it for justice. And if you're watching this live and you know anything at all whatsoever, call 1-800-TBI. This is not a cold case. Even if it feels small, do it. Do it. I say every day a prayer for Summer. I don't have to come on here and tell y'all. I say it every single day. I've got her picture sitting on my desk. Hey, Jude drew me. I got her picture in my wallet. Can't say many of y'all does that. Probably the mom and dad don't. I'm just saying. And I've sent out many of those pictures as well, along with her flyer. And I hope you cherish those as much as I do. Because I do. I cherish Summer, and I think it was a blessing Summer was here. But Summer needs to be found. She definitely needs to be found. So just keep passing out flyers, keep talking about her, but tell the truth. My God, y'all, please tell the truth. I appreciate y'all being here. I thank you so, so very much. Please drop all the purple hearts in the chat, praying hands, hit the thumbs up, and let's just pray that the truth comes out soon. Thank you, everybody who's still on this case and who still believes there will be a miracle and who still believes there is hope. Because I do. Thank you all. Thank you, everyone. I love you, and I'll see you in the streets. YouTube streets, that is. Bye.